Hey, crypto family. So I got a couple of news articles I want to cover today, but first let's just look at the market. So market cap's been steady around 202 billion. You can see most of the coins haven't moved much. Bitcoin's up 0.16%, $6,290. Ethereum's up over 1%. XRP is down 0.61%, and Bitcoin Cash is up a little over 1%. So you can see really there's not much direction in the market right now. We're kind of at a standstill as far as movement is going. So we may be in that consolidation period again, but I am expecting a move within the next couple of days, one way or the other. But looking at the news for today, shows Coinbase confirms shutdown of crypto index fund product. Now, this was an article by CoinDesk, and it was published yesterday. And this came as a surprise to a lot of people because everyone was thinking, Coinbase was doing great. They were listing ZRX. A lot of things were going well for them. But it says here, crypto exchange Coinbase is shutting down its institutional investor focused index fund product, a spokesperson told CoinDesk. And it says the spokesperson told CoinDesk that the Coinbase index fund, first launched earlier this year, will be formally closed by the end of the month, with customers instead directed to the recently announced Coinbase bundle product instead. And it said, quote, after assessing demand from retail, accredited, and institutional investors, Coinbase has decided to shut down Coinbase Index Fund. We will focus on providing diversified exposure to all investors through Coinbase Bundle. Now, when you read this, the first thing that comes to mind is, why are they shutting this down? Did they not have enough institutional investor, basically interest in their fund? And I think the answer was yes. I think that right now, institutional investors aren't looking for an exchange like Coinbase to put all their investment into. They want a bank, or they want something more regulated to have their funds into. Because you got to think, all these institutional investors, they have millions and even billions of dollars, and they're not going to just invest in any crypto exchange, even if it is the most reputable one. They aren't going to invest their money in that if they don't feel comfortable with it. So I believe that's what happened. And with the new Coinbase bundle that they have, it says the minimum required investment is only $25 compared to $250,000 for the fund. And basically they're catering more to the retail investor side, and because there's a lot more demand in that side. So again, this is just one of those things where crypto is not quite ready for the mainstream yet. There's still a lot more laws that have to be passed. A lot of things have to go on behind the scenes before investors really feel comfortable to invest their money. So just something to keep in mind. Coinbase is still a great exchange. They're very reputable, but again, institutional investors aren't quite ready for it just yet. Now, second article says that Bitcoin is maturing, crypto growth surprisingly positive results, reveals study. So, in lieu of all this bearish sentiment that we've been having, Bitcoin market is actually doing really well, and cryptocurrencies in general. And it mentions here, it says, while speaking about Bitcoin's micro pricing plots, the researchers noted that although there wasn't promising data regarding a maturing market within the first 2 years of the analyzed period, it rapidly began maturing as it gained popularity. And it says, quote, initially the graphs we got were a bit crooked, which did not augur anything promising, but when we took a closer look at the data, suddenly it turned out that this crookedness originated from the first 2 years of the analyzed period, from the time when the market was just starting to shape itself. Later on, the rates of return fluctuated according to the inverse cubic law. And basically, they compare this to the Forex market, kind of the volatility that the Forex market has, the large returns you can make from it. And basically, it says cryptocurrency markets could have an incredibly bright future based on their rapidly maturing fundamentals, even expressing that the crypto markets could quickly compete with the world's largest market, Forex. Now, whether this is true or not still remains to be seen. But I do know that, the talks of Bitcoin ETFs are really coming to a head. And I think we will have an ETF, sometime in the beginning of next year. And definitely from there, as more regulations come out, I think there'll be a lot more investors in the market. So it's great to see, that just because you see all this negative news about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, you can't forget that the market is still maturing. There's still some adoption going on, and there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. So do not forget that whenever looking at the long-term projection of cryptocurrencies. And last but not least, says cryptocurrency exchange Kucoin to launch India's first cryptocurrency ATM. Now, anyone knows that India is very, very strict on cryptocurrencies. It says the crypto fever has grabbed curious Indian investors who have flocked to several homegrown and foreign exchanges to buy digital coins. the Reserve Bank of India took action on the unregulated assets and effectively dried up banking resources for cryptocurrency exchanges. So India is not too fond of cryptocurrencies. Basically, they're kind of restricting everyone who is invested in cryptocurrencies and what they can buy them with. They can't really buy them with their credit cards, and kind of restricting as much access as they can. And it says, however, the market has continued to flourish despite these setbacks. Now, one of the prominent exchanges in India is planning to launch India's first crypto ATM. And it says, the placement of the machines is currently in development phase, claims Kucoin founder Savik Vishwanath. The ATMs will most likely be placed in malls where there is adequate infrastructure to run them. And I like this because, there's a lot of exposure in malls. A lot of people go there. So it'll just be more exposure for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and then it will help it spread to the mainstream. Now, whether or not, India allows these ATMs to happen is still another story. But basically, Kucoin is really trying to grab the bull by the horns here and, bring out these ATMs to the masses and kind of start the ball rolling to hopefully other exchanges will start doing the same thing. And hopefully India will kind of, restrict or kind of fall back on their strict laws that they've been having. So it says, amid the government's RBI's hawkish viewpoint on cryptocurrencies, exchanges are finding it harder to survive. ZebPay, a prominent crypto exchange, recently closed its doors to exchange activities. However, it will continue to support its crypto wallet. So again, a lot of exchanges are still having problems in India, but that doesn't stop Kucoin from trying to implement these ATMs and other exchanges from still moving forward. So just something to keep in mind. People are still bullish on cryptocurrencies, but some countries versus others have more stricter laws. Now, looking at Bitcoin analysis to close it out, I mentioned before that the 6230 level has been resistance for the past couple of days, and you can see it was previous support on September 11th and September 18th. You can see Bitcoin bounce twice from there, but it's still unable to close on the 4-hour candle above it. Now, if we do end up breaking the 6230 level and closing above it, then I see us, going to at least 6350. You can see here it bounced on September 26th. So that's where the previous support was, turned resistance. And then if we do break above this 6350 level, then the next short-term resistance will be around 6420. And then, of course, if we can break out of this descending triangle, about 6550, that's where the near strong support or strong resistance is. So RSI is still pretty oversold. So again, still some move to run to the upside, but really looks like we're consolidating right now before the next big move up or down. So just set your stops accordingly and always remember to take profits along the way. So with that, if y'all enjoyed the video, please give it a like, comment if you can, and please subscribe if you haven't. Till next time, thanks for watching.